Okay, just thought I'd do a quick video on things to check if you go out to start your 89 through 95 Toyota. You know, this could apply to the pickup or the 4Runner, maybe even the Corollas or Camrys or something that use the 22 RE. But let's say you go out to start your vehicle, you turn the key, and nothing. So, what's the first thing to check? Okay, there's a couple different things that can cause that to happen. Let me get my flashlight out here. One of the things is that if you, it's a little difficult to see, but if you look right there, you see that big cable with the red heat shrink, and then see the little white connector with the little red heat shrink right above it. That little one above it there with the white plastic connector, that is the lead that goes into your starter solenoid. If that's not making a good contact, like it's loose or there's corrosion inside the connector, that can cause the car to not start. And I actually had that happen to me some time ago. I had the motor all, finished and everything, and I went to 7-Eleven, came out. It was kind of a hot day, and I went to start the truck, and nothing happened. I thought, oh man, what the hell? And I was just getting ready to pop start the vehicle, push it, but I was kind of in a location where it would be difficult to roll the truck back and stuff. I opened the hood, let some of the heat out, and I was thinking to myself, I wonder what would be wrong, because for the most part my truck's in pretty good shape. I went back in and the truck fired up. I thought, oh, that's kind of weird. I wonder if it was heat related, opening the hood and all. That happened to me several more times, and I started to become a little bit more alarmed about it, and I ended up tracing it to a loose and corroded connector on that starter solenoid. I took the connector off, cleaned it with a little wire brush. I think I even put a little bit of citric acid up into the connector to clean it, and then I took a pair of kind of duck-bill pliers and I squeezed down the connector that the spade connector slides into. Never had a problem after that. Now there's a couple other things that can also cause this same problem. Let me just quickly kind of touch on them. Obviously, you could have a ignition switch that's faulty. You could have electrical. There's a big connector under the steering wheel that sometimes can cause lose some of its connections, although I don't know if that's directly connected to the starting issues, but it can impact different things because there's a lot of connectors, as you see, that bridge across on that crazy long electrical connector there, and sometimes those pins can kind of lose their contact, so that's something to be aware of. The other thing to be aware of, and there's two things down here. One of them is that there is a switch on your clutch pedal that tells the car when you have the clutch depressed, and if that switch is either out of adjustment or worn down, it won't click on, and that will prevent the car from starting if you have a manual transmission, and we're talking about the clutch pedal here. Now, on some vehicles, they have what's known as the clutch start cancel switch, which is an off-road thing. So you can kind of, if you find yourself in a predicament, you can kind of use the starter to inch the truck forward. You can depress that to bypass the clutch pedal switch. So that's a way to kind of diagnose it if you have that switch hooked up. The other thing is that if you look at the fuse box, and I'll try to get under here. If you look at the fuse box in the left-hand side kick panel, if you look back there, I'll try to get the light right here. If you look back there, you can see there's a starter relay right there, that little green guy up on the corner. And that relay is responsible, I don't know if you can see it there, that relay is responsible for starting the truck. So if that relay is faulty or goes out, trying to get a shot of it here the best I can. Maybe even pick up the part numbers there. If that relay goes out, obviously all bets are off because that's involved in starting the truck. So that's something to be aware of also. So those are just a couple of things to consider if you go out to your vehicle, turn the key, and nothing at all happens. Check the connection for the starter solenoid. Jiggle the key to see if maybe you have a loose connector in the ignition switch. Verify, and you can just do it by reaching under there and kind of depressing that little plunger switch on the clutch pedal. And of course, you know, check the relay to see if it's defective there. So that's a few things to check if you go out to start your Toyota, and when you turn the key, nothing at all happens. Obviously, you want to make sure your battery is healthy and the connectors are secure and all the grounds are good too. That can also cause the problem, but assuming that that's okay, and you have enough juice in your battery, you know, you haven't left your headlights on or anything like that, then you should be able to start the vehicle. Now, and incidentally, that is a way to check the headlights here. That is a way to check the state of your battery. If you're unsure if you've accidentally drained your battery or your battery's gone out, you can turn your headlights on and give them a second and see if they start to dim, because your headlights, assuming you're running incandescent bulbs, draw about 10 amps, and that'll put enough of a load on a marginal battery to kind of tell you whether you've got enough cranking power. If the headlights stay bright for 5 or 10 seconds, then most likely it's going to be some sort of electrical contact sort of issue. The other thing is that the starter solenoid can be stuck, but normally when you turn the key, you can kind of hear it trying to click. You can actually kind of hit the side of that sometimes and get the solenoid to free up. So that's a few things just to check in case you find yourself sitting in a vehicle that won't turn over. So, all right, well, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you have any questions or comments relating to starting on the 22RE or the Toyota pickup or 4Runner, feel free to use the comment section below. Thanks for watching.